El Sistema, changing lives through music. By the age of 11, Edison Ruiz was already in trouble. In Caracas, Venezuela, he worked at a supermarket to earn money for his poor family. His city, crippled by crime and poverty, was not a safe place for a boy to grow up. Ruiz's behavior was becoming increasingly violent, and his mother was worried. Then a neighbor told them about a local music school. They gave me a viola and sat me in the middle of the orchestra. I heard the sound of the double basses, and I thought, yes, this is the instrument for me, recalls Ruiz. When he was 15 years old, Ruiz won first prize at the International Society of Bassists contest in Indianapolis. At 16, he gave his first concert in Germany and was immediately offered a place in the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra Academy. At 17, he became the youngest full member of the Berlin Philharmonic. Exceptional? Surely, but behind this rise to success, there stands an inspiring system of music education called simply El Sistema by many Venezuelans. The system. It has been rescuing poor youngsters from a life of crime and hopelessness for more than 3 decades. Many of the kids studying in the system come from poor, desperate neighborhoods. It uses classical music to build their self-esteem and confidence. The system grew out of the vision of one man, José Antonio Abreu, who wanted to make a change in the social conditions in his country. When Abreu began in 1975, there were just 2 symphony orchestras in Venezuela. The first day, he could gather only 11 youngsters for a rehearsal in an underground garage. He recalls, "We were rehearsing in a very small space, but I had a feeling that this was the beginning of something very big." At the next rehearsal, there were 25 musicians. The following day, 46, and the day after, 75. Today, nearly 300,000 kids are in the system. There are 176 orchestras for children, 216 for young people, and 400 more for ensembles, orchestras, and choirs. Every day after school throughout Venezuela, kids come together to practice over 4 hours. With 8 hours of school, it makes for quite a long day. Why do they practice so hard? Are they all trying to become successful musicians like Edison Ruiz? More than 800,000 children have passed through the system, the majority of whom did not become professional musicians, though. Abreu explains that their hard work is rooted in a strong desire to escape poverty. The most tragic thing about poverty is not the lack of bread on the table, but the feeling of being hopeless and having no sense of self-esteem. For these teenagers, practicing music together is the only way to experience joy, motivation, and teamwork in life, which eventually inspires them to dream about their future. As they work together to create music, each child builds for him or herself a new identity. They become someone who is responsible and capable. Abreu adds, "Music changes the children in ways that cannot be undone." This does not mean that the young person will always end up as a musician. He or she may become a doctor, a lawyer, or a university professor. But what music gives that child remains with him or her forever. Take Lenar Acosta, for instance, who served time in a juvenile detention center in Caracas. At 17, he already had a history of violent crime. When the detention center started an orchestra, Lenar tried the clarinet. He remembers the first time he picked up the instrument. "It was completely different from when I held a gun. Through music, he learned how to interact with people without violence." For the first time in his young life, he enjoyed the experience of working hard. Recently, he went to Germany to learn how to build and maintain pipe organs. The secret ingredients of the program's continuing success are love and enjoyment. There are a lot of teachers who share a great deal of affection with children. Children, in turn, respond with joy and confidence. Returning home, the children spread this joy to their families. It is what makes a child play the violin at home while his father works at his carpentry and his mother cleans the house. The parents begin to enjoy the music and soon join willingly in the activities of the orchestras their children play in. Abreu's voice fills with confidence as he shares with the world his vision for the system. The uplifting spirit of music will eventually overcome poverty. From the minute a child is taught how to play an instrument, he or she is no longer poor.